What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Evan and I make videos about hot stocks, dividends, and options. So if that interests you guys, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss when I upload. Now in today's video, we're going to go over why NIO stock is up so much today and if there's still a buy around this $43, $44, or $45 area. But looking at the chart, NIO obviously is up quite a bit today, and they actually hit a new all-time high, and they're up 6.3%. Now you can see at their peak, NIO hit 44.85 this morning, and it's very possible that they go over that $45 mark today, because it seems like NIO, typically they open the day kind of low and they end a bit higher than they open. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them go over $45 today. Now looking at the 1 week chart, NIO is up 32% almost, and it's been pretty much just a consistent path upwards with very little pullbacks. They've only had a couple pullbacks, but it's been mostly an upwards trend all week. Now obviously today's Monday, so the market just opened today and it was closed all weekend. So obviously this is all of last week's gains plus today on Monday. But honestly, I'm surprised to see NIO continuing on this upwards trend. They've been going up for the past few weeks with very little pullbacks or very little slowdowns. Because if we actually compare SPY to the overall market, here I have SPY pulled up, which tends to watch the overall market. You can see SPY, they're up almost 8% on the week, and they've been on this upwards trend most of the past week. But look at today, they spiked up huge compared to the last week. And on the 1 day chart, it says SPY is only up 2.8%. But for the overall market, this is a pretty big gain in 1 day. And obviously we saw NIO, they spiked up quite a bit more than just this 2.8%. But again, going back to NIO, they're up over 6% today. And there's really not any signs of slowing down, especially with some of the news that's come out recently and some of the news that's going to come out into the future. And there's a lot of things that will definitely help push NIO's share price even higher, both short and long term. But now to kind of go over why NIO is surging up so much today. And this is actually because there was another price forecast put out, and it was by JP Morgan again. So for those of you who haven't been keeping up super closely with these recent price forecasts, JP Morgan was the ones that kind of initiated all this momentum for NIO. They put out a price prediction of $40 by next June, and this was put out a few weeks ago. And after we saw that price forecast come out, we saw NIO jump like 26% in a single day. Then after JP Morgan put out that price prediction, we saw a German bank put out a price prediction, and that was somewhere around $34. And then we saw Morgan Stanley put out a price prediction similar to that of the German bank. And then just last week, I covered that Citi put out a price prediction of $46.40. But now we can see that an analyst at JP Morgan raised her price target from $40 up to $46. And she's still maintaining an overweight rating on NIO shares. But according to Rebecca Wen, who is the analyst that upgraded her price target to $46, she wrote that she believes NIO will be a long-term winner. And I think this is something a lot of investors can definitely agree on. NIO has all these catalysts to help push up the share price and just continue with this upward trend for a long time. We even saw recently NIO actually surpassed General Motors in terms of what the company is worth. They're worth around $1 or $2 billion more than General Motors. To put that into perspective, General Motors produces millions of vehicles per year. And on a run rate right now, NIO produces about 60,000 per year. So 60,000 versus millions, and NIO is now worth more than that company, General Motors. That really puts things into perspective of how valuable these electric vehicle companies really are and what they're expected to be worth in the future. And by the year 2025, roughly 30% of the share of vehicles in China is going to be upscale electric vehicles. If you compare that to right now, I believe that number is under 10%. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's supposed to increase substantially by the year 2025. And she believes that a high valuation can be justified, and this is definitely something people can agree on as well. Now, there's plenty of people saying NIO is very overvalued right now, and I wouldn't really disagree with that. I think NIO is overvalued, but I've said it before, people are going to pay what they think the business is worth and what they think shares are valued at. If people believe in a company like NIO or Tesla long term, even if right now, according to the market cap and the earnings and stuff, NIO is overvalued exponentially, People are going to continue buying shares in these companies like NIO and possibly XPeng or Li Auto, trying to get into the next big Tesla. And of these companies, NIO is probably the best option, just because they have all these catalysts and their business model is almost a no-lose business model. Now, if you guys didn't see my video last Friday, NIO actually has upgraded their batteries to 100 kilowatt hour battery packs. Now, what this means for customers is that if they currently have a 70 or an 84 kilowatt hour battery, they'll have the ability to pay a small fee to upgrade their battery, and they can either pay monthly or annually to have this bigger battery. And it basically allows customers to drive a farther distance and have a longer range on their vehicle without having to swap out their battery or take it to get charged. And on top of this bigger battery, NIO still has like their battery swap technology. And I don't know exactly how this is going to play out once these 100 kilowatt hour batteries are implemented into their newer vehicles like the EC6. I don't know if you can just take your older vehicle into a battery swap station and then pay at the station to get a newer, bigger battery. I'm not really sure how that works. If that's the case, that would be huge for NIO, because then people wouldn't have to worry about obsolete batteries or having to worry about their battery slowly deteriorating over time. They could just go into these swap stations and exchange for a newer battery, or a bigger battery as a matter of fact, and then never have anxiety about their battery wearing out over time. Now, I'm just making an assumption here. I don't know if this is actually the case, or if they're actually going to implement this ability to drive into a swap station and swap out your old battery for a new battery or a bigger battery. But if that is the case, that'd be huge. Now, another thing to kind of watch out for here in the future is earnings on November 17th, which is a Tuesday. Now, the earnings should be good because NIO has hit record sales both in the quarter and in the last month, and they actually hit over 5,000 deliveries in a single month, which hasn't been done by NIO previous to October. So definitely something to watch out for is the earnings on November 17th. And if they are good, which they're predicted to be pretty good, we should probably see NIO's share price jump up even higher than it is right now. But now to kind of go over if NIO is still a buy right now at this area around $43 to $45, which seems like that's the area they're kind of bouncing around today. I think personally, NIO right now is still a good buy because you never know what's going to happen with NIO and how much they could continue shooting up before they level off. Now, there's a lot of people who are very bearish on NIO and think they're going to pull back all the way back to $17 or $20 or something. And that is very possible, but that's possible for any stock as well that's overinflated and that's overvalued. The same thing could happen to Tesla or Amazon or Apple, because according to their numbers, they're all overvalued as well, especially because we saw those stock splits with both Tesla and Apple, and then they continued going up despite those splits, where a split realistically shouldn't have any influence on the share price of a stock. But again, there's people that think all these companies, these big tech companies and car companies, are overvalued and they're going to pull back to record lows. But I don't think that's very possible. Just because if you consider the amount of volume that's traded on NIO and the amount of people invested in NIO and Tesla and all these stocks, there would have to be a large sell-off for us to see a huge drop in NIO. That or a total market sell-off, which could happen. But with the way the market has been up, I mean, again, if we go back to SPY, this is on the 1 month chart, and you can see SPY was going down for quite a while for most of the month, leading up to 1 week before the election happened, which historically is typically the lowest week leading up to elections. And then from there, the markets just shot up like a rocket. So to say that NIO is going to pull back, I think it's very unlikely, just seeing as though the entire market is up right now. And I think this is mostly due to a split Congress and a split government. With the way things are in Congress and government, if things are split, we're not going to see these big tax plans cut or new tax plans implemented, so things can kind of stay the way they are, and people don't have to worry if they have a lot of money invested. And so that causes people to invest more in the market, and therefore the market continues going up. And the same thing is sort of happening with NIO. Now, NIO is a Chinese company, as everybody knows, and so they're not as directly influenced by the US and by our elections and things like that. Now, some people would say, depending on who the president is, we could see NIO go up or down. And while that could be true, I don't know that that has a huge influence on NIO. I think it's mostly due to the amount of investors propping up the price of NIO. And there's also a lot of options traders recently, and a large volume of options traders helping push the price of NIO up as well. As we see good news about NIO come out, more options traders buy calls, and that pushes the price of NIO up even higher. But if you're looking to buy into NIO, just dollar cost average your way in. And I've said it before, but then you're getting the average price of NIO whether it goes up or down, and you don't have to worry about buying at the top possibly, because you're getting the average price. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't tell you to invest in NIO, but that's personally what I would do if I was worried about having a high average share price. So for those of you who made it this far into the video, are you still investing in NIO even though it's almost at $45? Or are you waiting for a pullback? I want to know what your guys' strategy is down in the comments. Also, if you guys haven't signed up for Webull, make sure you sign up using the link in the description. When you sign up and deposit $100, you'll get 3 free stocks. And this is a limited time offer, so make sure you guys get your free stocks before it's over. Also, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like because it really does help out the channel. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you back here in the next one. Bye.